Good morning, market snipers. Welcome back. This is Jesse getting started right at 9 a.m. This is our 10th consecutive live stream in a row. So we had a streak of 75 and it was broken due to the day after Christmas. So we were traveling back from Arizona from seeing family and friends. And here we are, our 10th consecutive live stream going from the end of 2023 into 2024. And here we are. If you're new to the channel, awesome. Welcome. If you're been here before, like Aldo, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Let's go. I'm waiting. 9 a.m. Yeah, you're here 3 minutes early at least, Aldo, according to the comments. So welcome back. We have a lot to cover as usual. The first 15, 30 minutes, we're going to go through a lot of charts to kind of take a look at what everything's going on. Bitcoin's down 1.67% today, since hitting $48,000. So we're going to jump into that. And then we're going to look at a longer term potential chart. You know, as a swing trader, we don't look at it as often, but I did post on the Twitter X app of some potential long terms that we're going to dive into today. So we're going to do a little bit different, the same, but a couple twists to it. So we'll jump into all that. Dallas, good morning. Good morning. Been part of the replay crew due to a lot of work meetings lately, but I'm glad to make this one. Awesome, Jonathan. Welcome back. And tomorrow, the live stream is going to be at 8 a.m. instead of 9 a.m. It's going to be at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I got an appointment, so it'll be a Friday. It'll probably be a little bit shorter, and it's going to be at 8 a.m. tomorrow. I'll put it out hopefully early, around 7 a.m. or something. I'll put out the link and stuff like that. So with that, kind of jump in here. Gert Jan, good evening. Welcome back, Gert Jan. All right, let's jump into it. So here's what we have. Bitcoin, since that last buy the dip scenario, right? It was oversold, bullish divergence, reverse candle, higher low, price took off to the upside, right? Here we are, still watching and waiting to see if longer term target 4 gets hit on the 48,600-ish. Right up to the lines about 48,400-ish. And it got within $400, right? Almost $500 it got within. So is that close enough? I don't know. Maybe it'll get one more spike up into it prior to the next buy the dip scenario that plays out, aka lower prices, aka a correction, right? That's what we'd be kind of expecting. And this is what I kind of posted on the Twitter X app over here. You can take a look at it. And I posted this chart over here. So I wanted to kind of dive in real quick. This is a longer term view. What if Bitcoin hits the same targets as ANF? ANF is Abercrombie and Fitch, right? So Abercrombie and Fitch had one of the top, I think it's top 10 runs of 2023. I don't know exactly for sure. There might be some penny stocks that beat it, but Abercrombie and Fitch in 2023 hit these type of targets. So you got the all-time highs over here. Just say this is Abercrombie and Fitch. This is a Bitcoin chart, by the way. But pretend this is Abercrombie and Fitch. We'll just call it ANF. ANF, right, was the all-time high. It went on a run to where it ended up going above the all-time high. And I kind of mapped out ANF target 1 and ANF target 2, right, for Bitcoin. So Abercrombie and Fitch hit those targets in 2023. Bitcoin has retested this yellow line every cycle so far and has gone above it. But you know, there's only so many characters I can actually put on a Twitter X app. So if you're not following me over there, definitely go follow me and Market Sniper Pro. Cycles, which is currently sitting at 114,127. The last time I posted this chart, it was $114,054. So it's a moving target and it is going up gradually, but it is going up. So it could be if Bitcoin does retest the yellow line again, it would say that it's going to be over 100,000, possibly 114,000, right? If it goes above it, it could be even higher. And if price were to hit target 1 of ANF, it would be around that $100,000. And if it were to hit target 2, similar to ANF, it would be about 130 to $140,000 Bitcoin at that point. So I put those on the target for fun. And I put on there, this crazy chart idea suggests at least 2 major pullbacks along the way. Obviously, there could be more, right? But I was just kind of mapping it out on the weekly chart. Possible to get a pullback to the trend line, battles, comes all the way up to the all-time highs, has a pullback, and then takes off to the upside again right there. So whether that happens or not, I don't know. It's a crazy chart idea. It may or may not happen. There could be multiple variations of it, but just mapping out my own personal thoughts of what could happen, right? Based off of ANF, based off past cycles, right? The blue line, across the blue line, and it's retested, if not gone above the L line every single cycle so far. So we'll see if that happens or not. And then we got the vertical line here, April 2024, the halving event, right? Several times in the past, Bitcoin's pumped out, corrected, and then made its move again before the halving again, right? So that's what we're kind of watching. And then if you scroll down, just remember, keep this in mind. ANF target 1, ANF target 2. Ready? Go. Here's NVIDIA. All-time highs back here at about 320-ish. Pumped up all the way into ANF target 1. Consolidated from July all the way till January, right? And now it's breaking out. And so we have the ANF target 2 up here. So even NVIDIA took out the all-time high. NVIDIA has gone into ANF target 1. And after consolidating for most of, half of the year, half of 2023, it's now breaking out in 2024. So is it possible NVIDIA also hits ANF target 2? Yes, it's possible. Consolidated is now soaring past its sort of target 2. If Abercrombie and Fitch, I always say Amber, Abercrombie and Fitch can hit target 1 and target 2 of these massive targets to the upside, and Bitcoin can't, oh my God, that would be disheartening, right? That would be disheartening. That wouldn't even be cool at all if Bitcoin couldn't hit it. If NVIDIA couldn't even hit target 2, similar to ANF, then what is AI even doing, right? What is AI even doing? What are all their chips doing over there, right? So anyways, it's possible that ANF target 2 gets hit from NVIDIA. And then, it's possible that in 2024, 2025, and you can see that, challenging all-time highs probably by end of 2024. So unfortunately, we weren't talking about $100,000 Bitcoin in 2022, right? We were still going through a correction, but we saw many posts back here, right? Even in November and December of 2022, we saw a post that Bitcoin was going to hit $100,000. I was like, no, that's ridiculous. I give it a 0% chance, right? And then back here, we saw additional top influencers post that Bitcoin's going to hit $100,000 again in 2020 by the end of 2023. It didn't happen, right? We also saw that Bitcoin was going to go back to zero or hit $10,000 Bitcoin, blah, 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 right? So now we're starting to see Bitcoin's at the $45,000 mark, roughly, right? And we're starting to see that the $200,000 post, the $1 million post, right? Or the extreme opposite of Bitcoin going back to zero and blah, 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 right? So this is a more, in my own personal opinion, I think this is a better roadmap than most of those. And so we'll see if it works out or not. Who knows if we get the full pullbacks and if it plays out exactly like this. But it seems a lot more probable than saying $200,000 by the end of 2023, which didn't happen, or $100,000 end of 2023. So we'll see if we're going to be challenging the all-time highs by the end of 2024, and then possibly come up and, assuming we take out the all-time highs, come up and possibly challenge ANF target 1 That would be amazing. Up around that $100,000 elusive Bitcoin that we've been talking about since 2021, right? And then will it come up and retest the yellow line again, which is above 114,000? And who knows? Just maybe Bitcoin performs similar to ANF and hits target two. By the way, right now, Abercrombie and Fitch price is actually slightly above target two. So let's not go there though. I don't want to have to draw another target, but if you're not following me over there, definitely follow me over there. But I think most of you are. But in the meantime, that's kind of like a longer term potential. But in the meantime, we've been talking about bearish divergence. We've been talking about could price hit this target first and then come back down for the next buy the dip scenario. And then you saw the upward trend line kind of lines up with that, where price could be back below 36,000, possibly all the way back to $30,000 Bitcoin. It is possible. Right now, we still have bearish divergence, right? No sell signal as of right now. So we'll see if how it plays out. You'd want to see a sell signal and or a lower high being put in about the same time. So we're still watching and waiting for that. The trending dots are still trending up on the daily chart. The weekly chart is still ultra bullish. The monthly chart is still bullish, right? But it's getting very extended away from the trending dots, right? So the trending dots are on the monthly chart back here under $30,000. You get the 200-week moving average at 30,168. So there's several reasons why. Weekly chart, the trending dots are now up to about $40,000, and then of course the daily chart is right there at about 44,200 ish. So that's what we're watching. Could we see that pullback that we've been talking about since December 5th, so more than a month, where we're talking about how price could come back up like this, maybe puts in a lower high, comes down like this, and then comes out for that next possible buy the dip scenario, and then go up the next move, possibly go see break through this target here and then go challenge all-time highs mid to third quarter 2024. Hopefully that's what we're hoping for, right? We want to see this price taken out. We want to see the next buy the dip scenario over there. And we want to see, prices go up and challenge all-time highs and then and beyond from there. So that's Bitcoin. That's the rundown, 12 minutes. Normally we don't spend 12 minutes on it, but we want to kind of go through it. You've got gold breaking down, right? Gold breaking down has a sell signal and it's starting to trend downwards after bearish divergence. So we'll see. I put out a poll on the Twitter X app about a week ago, exactly a week ago, that could we see Bitcoin? Could we see gold come back down the 200-week moving average? Yeah, it's possible. I think it's less likely, but it is possible. But the reason why I put it out is because silver came back after putting in a lower high, had a sell signal, and silver came back to retest the 200-week moving average, and is currently below it. Had another candle close, daily candle close below it, and it's currently below it again. Will it find support again on the 200-week moving average? It's possible, right? And if it does, right, then we're looking at the next possible buy the dip scenario. You kind of draw it out like that, and probably draw it out like that. And that would be your kind of next buy the dip scenario on silver there. So kind of put this out like this. So it went through a correction and went back to the 200-week moving average. And we'll see if it breaks out from there. You probably even draw it out more like this too. You got a couple touch points there. You got 3 touch points there at that point. So one fake out to the upside, trending down. Maybe in the next week or so, you can kind of see silver having the next buy the dip scenario kind of play out. And this is how we played out over and over and over and over again, right? If you're taking positions and then when do you get out, take profit, right? It's just swing trading. So this could be the next buy the dip scenario. We'll see. I like the shill on the TV at the hat back, at the TV at the back. Sneaky. Oh, that's been there for a long time, Alda. That's been there for a long time. But yeah, I don't have a post or anything, so I got to put it on the TV. It's an old 55-inch TV, but it still works good enough for that. So yeah, Barking Sniper logo in the background. My wife made that. It's like pulling teeth for my wife to make me a logo. Since she's become the VP of marketing at her company, it's like pulling teeth to get her to design me a logo, but she does a great job. She's amazing. She's got great talent that I never had when it comes to like designing and painting and drawing and making logos. And now she's the boss lady. I remember 6 years ago, I got her this desk thing that says boss lady, right? It's like I think it's a paperweight. Yeah, it's a paperweight. It says boss lady. And then now for the last 2 years, she moved up from just a designer to manager, and now she's a VP of marketing at her company. So proud of her over there, boss lady over there, like a boss, right? So I told her, hey, if you become the VP of marketing, this is like 5 years ago, then I'm going to retire and just be a stay-at-home dog dad. But I can't do that. I got always been doing something. I gotta have a mission in life. Otherwise, I get bored. Greetings, Jesse, MKR. Yep. Give me a little bit more details if you want me to take a look at it. Our company. There you go. All right. So that's silver. It's still bearish as of right now, right? The trending dots are still trending downward. This could be the next buy the dip scenario. Could be a low, could be a higher low, could be another higher low. We will see. But that's silver over there. So Ethereum came back, only hit target 1 so far. Came in between target 1 and target 2, but never hit target 2, right? So it's starting to pump up on Ethereum. And that last buy signal was a couple days ago on Monday. Today is Thursday, I believe, right? No, Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. Okay. We'll figure it out. So let's see. That's Ethereum, Sand, right? The next possible buy the dip scenario. You can see there's a reverse candle, but I don't make decisions just based off of the reverse candle. It's just kind of a let me know that it's possible to take profits, right? It's probably better for that, but not to actually buy just because of the reverse candle, right? So, but it does start to let you think like, hey, it's more an awareness that, hey, it did have a reverse candle. Doesn't mean it can't go lower, right? But it wicked down, and but the trending dots are kind of trending down as of right now still. So it's just kind of a wait and see. Hit 4 out of the 4 targets to the downside, and will Sand have the next buy the dip opportunity in the near future? Seems like it, right? But might not be till another week or so. We'll see how it plays out. You'd want to see like price regain the trending dots. You want to see price breaking out of this downward trend line. You want to see a buy signal, all that stuff, all converging at about the same time. We're not seeing that right now. So whether it's down here, here, or here, I want a higher probability buy the dip scenario on Sand, right? Mana, similar thoughts, right? They're all down about more than 30%. So from wick to wick, 35% on Mana, aka Decentraland. Chainlink, right? May have found bottom, had a reverse candle, wick down, reverse candle, may be finding support of the 200 moving average, right? And you've got this more steep downward trend line, right? So, but it's still below the trending dots. This could be the next possible buy the dip scenario for Chainlink. So there's Chainlink for you right there. Reverse candle, wick down. That was about 30% as well, right? So about 30%. Yeah, 31%, let's call it. And then reverse candle breaking on this steep downward trend line. We will see, and then see if it kind of regains the trending dots at that point, and then probably has a buy signal right around that time as well. So Chainlink, let's take a look here. Could be breaking out to the upside. Dot, similar thoughts on Dot, still trending down, but this could be the next buy the dip scenario. We've been talking about this, we've been covering it. So smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. help me, help you, help me. And let's keep this live stream going. Our goal is still 100 likes. And with the live stream and the replay crew, because we need the replay crew, the live stream and the replay crew are our record for the live streams and the replay of it is 71 likes. So we need to smash those likes and smash those subscribes and continue to grow the channel to help me, help you, help me. All right, so let's keep going. This is DOT, right? We kind of map this out and we'll see, if this is going to be the next buy the dip scenario. It's possible it comes down here, right? And it's even possible if it comes down lower. But as of right now, we're going to leave the arrow right there as the trending dots continue to move downward, right? So we'll see that. Again, that was probably about a 30% correction from wick to wick there. Yeah, 30, call it 32% on DOT as well. So that's DOT, near. They're all starting to look very similar. And so the next possible buy the dip scenario, whether that's target one, maybe even comes back down lower from there. But that's where we're going to continue to watch. And even on near, it's probably about 30%, right? And then, 37%. So still trending down. Too early to call it as of right now. That's near. Solana, whether it hits any targets, it hasn't hit any targets as of right now. But say if it were to hit like target one, that would be the next buy the dip scenario as well. So that's what we're kind of waiting and watching for. As of right now, it had a correction from wick to wick of 32.5%, right? 32.4%. So we'll see how it plays out, see if it actually hits target one or not, and then kind of goes through a correction over about a month or so, and then see if it breaks out from there. So we'll continue to watch it. That's Solana, Cardano, right? Cardano, same thing, just pierced target two, So we're going to continue to watch for the next buy the dip scenario on Cardano as well. As of right now, you got this pretty steep sharp declining downward trend line. So we'll see if that's going to be the next buy the dip scenario or down here, right? Or possibly even lower. So we'll continue to watch it. And of course, it could be a pump up and this would get redrawn, right? That's why I had it redrawn. What if there's a pump up and then it gets redrawn and then comes back down to lower target? So we'll continue to watch it over there. As of right now, it's hit target two, reverse candle, could come back down, could put in some bullish divergence, but as of right now, it's still trending downward as of right now. So it's possible it's found bottom. It's just too early to call it as of right now. Matic, similar thoughts as well, right? So they all start looking very similar. And so those would be the next possible buy the dip scenarios. Let's keep going. Bitfarm. Did Bitfarm find support? Possibly. There's not even a sell signal on Bitfarm as of yet. And the trending dots started to become red, but it could be regaining the trending dots as we speak. It's up 3% today, but we're still going to continue to watch to see if, there was bearish divergence, I believe. And there was bearish divergence. So what if there's a lower high after bearish divergence? Like comes down, puts in that lower high, and then comes back down for the next possible buy the dip scenario. And that would look something like that, right? So that would look something like that. It's possible, especially if Bitcoin goes through a correction, then we're going to expect Bitcoin miners to also go through a correction. So it is possible that the miners kind of play like this. And I'm not going to cover every single miner today just because that'll take a lot of time. So you kind of see where it's possible it could pump up like that. Let's just kind of leave it like that for now. And then you can kind of do eyeball tests that probably hit like target 3 or target 4 to the downside, right? Target 3 to target 4 to the downside. So we'll see if that plays out or not. Puts in that lower high, somewhere around here or even lower or higher. I don't know, somewhere up there. But puts in a lower high, comes back down, and then that would be that next possible buy the dip scenario over on Bitfarm and the Bitcoin miners. Bitcoin and the miners sounds like a band, right? We did that video a long time ago. Before all these breakouts, we did that video back in October or November. I can't remember. So we'll continue to watch it. We'll see if that plays out or not on Bitfarm. Probably looking similar on Hive and everything like that, right? This is a peak. Still expecting longer term targets like Hive to retest the 200-week moving average. It has not yet. Still has not since back here in July 2023. So eventually we will. We don't know if we're just going to put in a lower high, and or if that was it, because it looks a little bit different on Hive, because Hive corrected 33%. So it's possible the low is in. You had a low, a higher low, a possible higher low. The low could be in on Hive, and we will see. So you got higher probabilities on Hive. Maybe it kind of goes through a consolidation period, possibly sideways, up, down, all around, right? Said we're not going to cover all of the minors, but it's possible it does something like that, right? So we'll continue to watch it. That's Hive. CLSK, right? That's CLSK. Not much to report. Could be a higher low. Similar thoughts to Bitfarm, really. Marathon Digital regaining the trending dots as of right now. Similar thoughts to Bitfarm. Riot hit multiple targets to the downside. These are just eyeball tests of the targets. If I drew it out, it's possible target 3 was hit as well. I'm not sure. I haven't drawn it out. And could it be the next buy the dip scenario? Could be in the near future, but you would think it might, go through correction for longer, right? So we'll see. That's right. Similar thoughts to Bitfarm. We gonna make it. WGMI, aka a Valkyrie Bitcoin miners ETF, right? So we'll see. We'll see how that works. Wolf, right? Could be a higher low on Wolf. And so we're kind of watching over there. It dropped 43%. So it's possible this could be a higher low on Wolf. We'll see, but similar thoughts again to Bitfarm. And then we have Hut came all the way down. Could be putting in a higher low all the way down. 40% correction on Hut, right? Had that sell signal. Bottom could be in. It's possible. A low, a higher low. We'll see from there on Hut. Retested the 200-week moving average. Went above it last time. So we'll see on Hut over there. MIGI, right? Came back to the trending dots, and it's still bullish as of right now. But we'll see if it takes out this pivot point here. Similar thoughts to Bitfarm. IMGN. Here's a new one for you. Smash a like for a new one. We've been covering it. Memento Mori forever. Hey, if I can't make it, I always replay. Awesome, Memento. We need the replay crew. Good to see you back on the live stream. Angel, hi Jesse. What are your thoughts? Medium to term on LTCN, ETH, both Grayscale. Yeah, we talked about it. We covered them yesterday, I believe. Unless I was posting that, I can't remember. Maybe I posted on the Twitter X app or Discord and or both. But I'm pretty sure we covered it yesterday, but we could look at it again if you want. Let me know if you were on the live stream yesterday and if you saw it. Jonathan, can you check out Woo on the 4-hour chart? Sure. We're going to drop down the lower 10 frames. All right, let's do it. Woo on the 4-hour chart. Olaf, good morning. Welcome back. Good morning, Olaf. Welcome back. So here's a new one for you, right? So we're going to zoom out on this one real quick. IMGN, one of the top performers of 2023, right? IMGN, former all-time high, February 2021, right? Former all-time high. And after this breakout here, right? After this breakout, buy signal on the weekly chart, there's been no sell signal on the weekly chart since then. And since then, what a massive move. $5.25, right? From here all the way up to current, 458% on Immunogen Inc., right? Was it Bio something, right? Bio. Here, let's look at Immunogen Inc. If even the fundamentals are good, right? So it's been estimate was negative, it beat it, negative, beat it, negative, beat it, positive, beat it, 125%. So we'll see again, but wow, it's just been on a tear. However, looking at the charts only, right? It's so far extended away from the trending dots. It's not even funny, right? Doesn't mean it couldn't remain that way. So far extended away from the trending dots on the monthly chart, but doesn't mean it can't remain that way. However, there are some massive gaps, right? There are some massive gaps. So it could be a possible short opportunity, right? A possible short opportunity. But here we are, right? Even on the daily chart, you're looking at a gap down here. I think that's like a 40% gap. I measured it out, maybe 45% gap. So from wick to wick, right? That's 41%. But if you measure it from the bottom up, it's a 72% gap, right? So 72% gap up or 41% gap down, right? You decide how you're going to measure it out. Another one down here, right? So let's see from here, insane gaps, right? So gapalicious over here from the gap to the wick here, another 72% or 48%, depending on how you draw it, right? Depending on how you measure it, it's a 42% gap down. So we have two insane gaps, right? If you measure it from the bottom up, it's 72% on both of them. If you measure from the top down, they're both 41 and 42% gaps. So that's insane, right? So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. This could be what's called an island top, right? Where it gaps up and then it doesn't even let you come back down. Like over here, you can see the correction playing out with no gaps, but it's possible that it just gaps right back down, right? So, not financial advice, right? Not financial advice. Do your own research, whatever. Uh, you know, I may or may not be putting in puts, right? So I won't be going all in on it, obviously, but what a massive opportunity that would be. Like, just as an example, what if you put in like $500 to $1,000 with options? That would be an insane move. That'd be crazy. So we'll see. That's IMGN. That's a new one. Came across it. The 1 hour chart still battling over here, right? If you went down the lower time frames over here, still battling. Sell signal last hour, wicked all the way up to $30, right? So could be a crazy move. This is based off the 1 hour chart over here. Could take some time to play out, right? Maybe a couple more weeks, who knows? But could kind of battle if it's going to break down. We don't know if it's going to break down or not. It could just gap up again, right? What if it just gaps up another 70%? It's possible, but at some point, those gaps are going to be filled, right? So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Is it worth gambling $500 to $1,000? Possibly, right? So I'm going to continue to watch it over here, see how it plays out. IMGN. Wow. Insane moves over there with 72% gaps up or 41% gap down, right? Just insane possibilities over there. So let's keep going. Let's move on. UNG, right? Not sure why I have that on there. ING, blah, blah, blah. Here we go again. UNG. I was calling Imagine Immunogen. Man, it's hard one to say. Immunogen Inc. Oh, man, I'm not having a good one there. Let's stay off of it. So UNG, aka UNG, United States Natural Gas Fund, right? Bullish on the daily chart. It's getting a correction though because it did pump up really hard, right? So since that last buy signal at $5, pumped all the way to $6.86, and is getting a little bit of a correction. The weekly chart doesn't even have a buy signal as of yet, right? And there's no higher low as of yet, but it could be breaking out of this downward trend line, could be closing back above the trending dots. The weekly chart has signs of strength but as of right now, it's kind of guessing that this is the bottom, right? So this massive move on the daily chart, it hasn't even begun to move on the weekly chart yet. So the weekly chart, that's the potential, right? You got a 200-week moving average up here at $13.42. Hasn't even been retested since December 2022. You got a gap here. I'm not sure how big of a gap that is. Let's see. Daily chart, right? Daily chart. Probably not a huge gap. 17. Yeah, not a huge gap, but there are some gaps along the way. So eventually that will probably get filled up a little bit better. But as of right now, the weekly chart is not even bullish yet. The trending dots are kind of catching up like that, right? And then maybe it'll put in a higher low and then continue upward like that. So we will see over the next week or two if it goes like that, comes back down the trending dots and comes back up like that. That would be an amazing move if it did. So continue to watch UNG over there. Let's switch gears over to the NASDAQ futures. Not much happening, 0.35%. Exactly what we were talking about yesterday, right? So not much to cover. There was a buy signal on it, right? And then now it's back above the trending dots. It's possible it puts in a lower high like we talked about. Uh, But just keep in mind that NVIDIA is pumping. So if NVIDIA and Apple and so on are pumping, then that might be it, where it only corrected to target one, regains it, and then takes off to the upside. So we're going to keep that in mind, right? We're going to keep that in mind that this could put in a lower high. This could come back down and retrace to lower targets, right? But if NVIDIA and some of these other Magnificent Seven stocks are not, then we're probably going to say that the low might be in, and that was it for the correction. So not a huge correction, but correction nonetheless, right? SP 500 battling to get back above the trending dots again. Didn't ever have a sell signal, but the trending dots were red. Never even hit target one. Dow Jones struggling to regain the trending dots, never had a sell signal on the daily chart, right? We will see Russell 2000 almost hit target two, still below the trending dots, never had a sell signal. Let's switch over to Magnificent Seven over here. NVIDIA, like we talked about, is pumping, right? So NVIDIA, this is the chart that we laid out, took out the all-time highs here at say 306, gapped up 20%, right? Or more. I think it was 20% gap down, but so maybe it's a lot higher for the gap up. So let's see, gap up from there, roughly, no, it's about 20%. So, all right, so NVIDIA, after taking the all-time high out, came up and to hit the ANF target as we talked about earlier in the live stream, and then now it's just breaking out to the upside, right? So possible Abercrombie and Fitch led the way for 2023 and is taking off to the upside for NVIDIA. What if the other Magnificent Sevens do the same, right? It's possible that Meta takes out the all-time high and then comes up and hits ANF targets higher. I mean, it's possible. The weekly chart is ultra bullish as of right now. Let's move this out like this, right? That's kind of like the upward trend. And we will see. Is ultra bullish on the weekly chart for Meta. Amazon, right? Bullish on the weekly chart as well. Has not even taken out 2021 all-time highs yet. We will see on Amazon over here. Amazon is one of the few, and Meta too, that took out the March 2020 or retest the March 2020 lows, and Meta actually took out the March 2020 lows. So the other ones did not. Microsoft found support at the 200-week moving average, took out the all-time highs, consolidated, got rejected, and then broke out to all-time highs again. So we'll probably draw out some Abercrombie and Fitch targets on Microsoft for the next live stream for tomorrow. So we'll see. I'll have to look at the calendar. I was thinking today was Thursday, so it's possible that the appointment isn't until Friday. So we will see. I can't remember if it was Thursday or Friday. So I have to look at the calendar. That's why we have a calendar. Microsoft bullish on the weekly chart. Tesla pending sell signal on Tesla, right? So we will see if it finds support, possibly at the 200-week moving average, right? Maybe it puts in a higher low, and then maybe it'll do something similar to all these other assets once it does like a bigger breakout to the upside. This could be like a possible bigger move to the upside. what if it takes off like NVIDIA or it takes off like Microsoft or one of these other stocks? It hasn't as of right now. Came all the way back down to almost, $102, right? I had a major longer term target that was never hit. It was like the fourth target at $100. I put that target out there when it was before the split, right? There's a stock split again, and it was at like $950, whatever it was. And I put out that target down here and just missed it by $2. Since then, pumped up. Now it's been consolidating sideways, pending sell signal on the weekly chart. Had that sell signal on the daily chart. So we'll see where it finds support, possibly puts in a lower high. And then what if it takes off to the upside, similar to some of these other Magnificent Seven stocks, takes off to the upside and then pulls an Abercrombie and Fitch, aka ANF, where it goes just crazy higher than the all-time highs. It's possible. Let's keep going. Apple had the sell signal on the daily chart, gap down. We're still watching over here. Weekly chart, it did put in all-time highs, back here in December, and had that sell signal even on the weekly chart. Still below the trailing dots. Trailing dots are back up. So we'll see if it puts in a lower high or not after bearish divergence. If it puts in a lower high, then comes back down, possibly retest the 200-week moving average, because Apple is one of the ones that has not retested the 200-week moving average. Even Microsoft retested it, bounced off of it hard, right? So even Microsoft did back here, retested it, and then took off to the upside. Apple never did. Apple got pretty close. It was at 114. They came down as low as 123, but it never retested the 200-week moving average. So it's possible that Apple is maybe even lagging time-wise, comes down, tests it again. And that's kind of what it would do if it was like, if it played out similar to like Microsoft, right? So it's just an idea. But as of right now, it could find support and just continue upward from there. Google continues to be bullish on the weekly chart. What if it takes out the all-time highs? What if it pulls off an ANF type of target 1, target 2, right? It's possible on Google. So that's about it for the Magnificent Seven over there. Looks like some of the Bitcoin miners are starting to make a move. Bitcoin was down 2%, back to $46,000 over there on Bitcoin, right? Came back down, got very close to the trending dots, kind of pushing up higher and higher over there. So we will see over there. What else? Unity Software had that sell signal still below the trending dots. Would have put in that higher low. Maybe that is the higher low. It's possible. We'll continue to watch it over there. That would be the next possible buy the dip scenario. You could even draw it out more steep downward trend line like that, right? Could it be something like that? That could be the next possible buy the dip scenario on Unity Software. That's about it from over there. Let's take a look. What else? Yo, I'm late today. Hope you have a good BTC ETF day. All right. Javier, welcome back. It's okay if you're late. Whether you're on time, early, late, or replay crew, we appreciate you smashing like, commenting, and smashing that subscribe button over here. So let's jump back through all the comments. We're at 43 minutes. We're going to try to keep it to an hour. Good morning. Good morning, Market Snipers. Let's go. I'm waiting. Good morning. Good morning. 8 a.m. How dare you? Good morning. Good afternoon. I like the shill on the TV in the back. Yep. Greetings. MKR. All right. Ratty Fair. MKR. Let's take a look at MKR. MKR. So I'm assuming you're saying crypto, but that's why we're asking for you to put in more details, Ratty Fair, because you got to let us know what the symbol is. Because if there's multiple symbols out there, like Manuka Resources Ltd. or Melchior Resources Inc., right? Then it's just easier for search, and then I want to make sure I'm charting the right request. So just make sure to put in more details. put in, is it a crypto asset? Is it a stock? Is it ETF? Whatever it is, Forex, whatever it is, make sure to put in all the details. And then are you looking at long, shorts, all that stuff? So let me know. Otherwise, we're just going to look at it very quickly on Binance over here. Markers Dow. Okay. So yeah, no problem. But yeah, that's the whole point of like why is because there's just multiple. Ready, fair? No problem. You got it. Long. Cool. 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 Yeah. Because otherwise, we just don't know, and then we might be charting something for no reason, right? We've done that in the past already. It's ultra bullish on the daily chart as of right now. The weekly chart is also ultra bullish on the weekly chart. So there's no signs of reversal as of right now. So that's what we're kind of watching right now is that MKR, kind of like the long late today, but here now. Good stuff, Joe. Awesome, West City. Welcome back. Yeah, so we've got, if we do the eyeball test based off the weekly chart, you can see there's probably like target 1, right? Probably got like target 2, coming in target 2, target 3, and then maybe even target 4 up here. Who knows if it flips that from resistance and support, but most likely longer term, it's probably rolling into target 2, similar to Ethereum. And Bitcoin has already hit target 2, already hit target 3, and is closing in on target 4 as of right now. So weekly chart is ultra bullish. The daily chart is ultra bullish as well. Let's take a look at the daily chart a little bit closer. And so, yeah, I mean, it's just ultra bullish as of right now. It's possible it puts in bearish divergence, but as of right now, it's kind of guessing. So, if RSI puts in lower than a 79 close or even a 79 close and price goes up, that could be a start of bearish divergence, but it can remain diverged for much longer than people would expect and remain overbought. So even if it does put in a lower high and continues to put in lower highs like this, right? It could be bearish divergence like that while the weekly chart is ultra bullish. And so just means that eventually you can see lower prices, but when, we don't know. Ultra bullish on the daily, ultra bullish on the weekly chart, and continues to be that way as of right now. So we will see how it plays out. Let's circle back. Let's go LTCN, right? I think that's where it's at. We got all the rest of them. LTCN, ETH. Yeah, we took a look at those yesterday, I believe. Let's take a look at them again. Or I posted it, right? LTCN, Grayscale, Litecoin Trust. Where'd it go? Ay. LTCN. There it is. Got it. All right. So that's the weekly chart, right? We got an RSI pending sell signal. Price came all the way back down to the trending dots. And it was a massive move. Oh, that's what I did. I posted it. I think I even talked about it on the live stream as well, one of the live streams. But yeah, that was a massive pump up. And if you look at the daily chart, it's bearish right now, right? Could that be the low? Sure, that could be the low. It's possible. But that was such a massive pump up. And then from wick to wick, almost 54% correction in a matter of like 6 days. So I posted that on the Twitter X app over there. There was bearish divergence. There was a lower high. There was a sell signal. And Litecoin itself didn't even correct that much. Litecoin corrected like 27%, I think it was when I looked at it. And Grayscale Litecoin Trust corrected almost 54%. So is that the bottom? Possibly, but that's guessing, right? Could that be the next possible buy the dip scenario? Possibly, but it's guessing as of right now. So maybe that's not a good line to draw. Maybe we kind of draw it out like this, and that makes more sense. So it's possible that would be the next buy the dip scenario over there. But as of right now, there was a sell signal yesterday after bearish divergence, and the bearish divergence could be cleared out, right? Came all the way back down to $8.65. So that's pretty much it for Litecoin over there. ETH, we covered that one as well. ETH, right? Was breaking down, had a sell signal, and then now it's reversed right back around. So that's ETH right now, but ETH did the same thing. So ETH and the Grayscale Ethereum Trust, ETH, both broke down, and then both are regaining the trending dots. So we're going to find out if it puts in a lower high or not. There is bearish divergence, as you can see on this, but ETH is breaking onto the upside. So the bearish divergence might not be cleared right this moment. It could continue with higher prices, and then maybe it gets cleared out later on. So as you can see, it's bearish divergence. It's possible it puts in a lower high. But if you look at actual ETH, Grayscale ETH could be lagging time-wise, because if you look at it here, you got the bearish divergence, and it's like breaking out to the upside with a buy signal on RSI. You know, buy signal regaining the trend line there. So could put in additional bearish divergence. We will see on Ethereum, but that's pretty much it over there. Jonathan Martinez Wu, not Jonathan Wu, but Jonathan Martinez wants to look at Wu. So let's take a look at it. Pretty sure it's crypto, right? Pretty sure it's crypto. Taking a look at it before. So had a massive move to the upside. It looks very similar to many of the other crypto assets, right? Pumped all the way up and then had about a 30% correction, I'm guessing. So we had about 37% correction, have another sell signal. So this big wick down, battling, breaking back down again. So it's possible we get it's possible it comes back for a bigger correction. You got the trending dots back here. Could be going through a correction. Got very wicky up here on the weekly chart. We've talked about that and covered that. So at some point, this took out this pivot here, could put in a higher low, right? Could put in a higher low wherever that is. Let the trending dots kind of catch up, puts in that higher low, and then comes back out like that. So you're probably looking for a higher low at that point on Woo. But yeah, it's going through a correction right now. The trending dots are currently on the weekly chart back at 29 cents. And the daily chart, it's got another pending sell signal. And this would line up with the eyeball test based off of the daily chart. Could see it come back and hit multiple targets to the downside. Probably has hit 2 or 3 of the 4 targets to the downside so far. So that is Woo. Hopefully that helps. It was on Twin only, not on live stream. Oh, Twitter. Got it. Okay. Twix equals Twitter X. Got it. Twix. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. ETH Grayscale. Yep. Cover like okay, got it. Covered it. Yo, I'm late. All good, Javier. Jesse, do Disney today? No, I have not. Okay. If you promise, Javier, if you promise to watch the whole live stream, I'll do Disney right now. Let's go. So there's Disney. I see it down 0.5%. So we kind of mapped this out a few days ago on Disney. So we'll see if it plays out or not. But it's just been kind of going through a consolidation, right? You have this gap up there at $100, but could be building momentum. Could be looking for that higher low. Could fill this gap down here first, right? Could fill this gap. It's not a massive gap, but Javier, it is a gap of 2.4%. Does the market care that much? I don't know. But what if it does fill that gap, right? So then you'd be kind of looking at what if, kind of redraw this. Well, we did draw that out ahead of time. What if that would be the next possible buy the dip scenario? Something like that. So that would be kind of your higher probability breakout for a longer play to the upside. Something like that, right? And of course, you could draw a more aggressive line like the snipers probably would, right? So could be something like that, right? Could be a more aggressive line. And what if that was it? Didn't even come back to put in another higher low or bullish divergence or anything like that. It's possible it just does that and goes straight up like that, right? So it is possible, but it is riskier, most likely. breakout, and then this would be the higher probability over here, right? So maybe you even go like more steep or more risky, more aggressive, and then you come over here and then like say, hey, there's buy signals, it's above this trend line, it's breaking out, blah blah blah, right? That could be your more aggressive and your higher probability breakouts over there. So we will see, or maybe it's down here like that, right? So that's potential in Disney. But as of right now, there's a small gap at $85. There's a bigger gap at $100. There was a sell signal. It's still continuing to trend down. You can even see the trending dots are kind of trending down like that. So maybe it'll flip around and then there'll be a breakout to the upside. Hopefully that helps. Gert, Jan, Tenho, Bitcoin pumping. Bitcoin pumping. Yep. It's ETF day, right? ETF day pumping 0.28%. It's up for the day, but it was down, I think 2.5%, right? I think it was down 2 or 2.5%. So it's starting to pump right now. Yep. So it was down on the day. Let's see. I think it was down, 4%. Oh wow. So it was down even more. So 4% move since wicking down at 44,000. But how we always say it, right? It's not how the candle starts. It was started off red. It's how it closes, right? So started off down here, created a big wick, pushing back up. Let's see if it's going to come up and hit target 4. We put these longer term target 4s on even in the Discord back at the bottom, back at $16,800. This is longer term target 4. We will see if it gets hit or not. It's trending that way. We will see. We will see. We will see. Can you please have a look at OTP at BET Exchange? Yes. Momentum Mori Forever. Thank you for putting all the details on there. I appreciate it. It helps me with the search. So OTP. At the BET Exchange. So is it stock? The BET. Oh, there it is. Okay. OTP Bank Share. Got it. So that helped. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. OTP. There it is on the BET Exchange. The daily chart is ultra bullish, right? Ultra bullish on the daily chart. The weekly chart is ultra bullish as of right now. Hasn't even had a sell signal on the weekly chart. The last buy signal was at back here at 10,315. It's currently at 16,700. Looks like there's probably a massive gap there. I'm willing to bet. Let's see. Well, if it's an exchange, might not have a gap, but it was kind of gappy right around this area. So already came back to fill those areas. But the weekly chart is ultra bullish, right? Weekly chart is ultra bullish and it's trending up towards retesting the all-time highs, right? So ultra bullish, if you kind of map this out like this, and remember, the Moscow exchange went above and took out the all-time highs. So it's possible OTB Bank Share, BET, could also take out the all-time highs. I'm not saying it's the same as Moscow Exchange. I'm just saying that the Moscow Exchange took out the all-time highs and then started going through a correction from there. But we'll see if it starts to challenge the all-time highs over here. It's pumping as of right now. And then if you kind of draw out from here, let's see. Let's redraw these trend lines out. Starting to go parabolic, right? Starting to go parabolic. So that's kind of like your parabolic trend line. At some point, it could come back test these trending dots, come back test this trend line. But as of right now, it's just pumping, right? It's just pumping. So we'll see how it plays out. And then maybe it comes back down like this, find support, whatever it does, comes down like that. Who knows? Who knows how it plays out? But as of right now, it's pumping up. These are kind of like your upward trend line, and then you've got your parabolic trend line starting to make a move like that. Here, let's redraw it like that. So, kind of drawing it out. You got this wick to wick there, and it's going parabolic, right? So OTP starting to go parabolic. If it starts to break down from here, and you start to see like a green candle, like back here, or a sell signal, whatever happens, how fast it happens, right? Then you can see a pullback, kind of let the trending dots catch up from there. Hopefully that helps. Momentum Mori Forever. What's up? What's down? Track crypto. Let me take a look at it. crypto track. We'll pick Tether, Binance. Which one? Which one? You didn't specify, so let's just do Qcoin. Let's see if Qcoin has enough chart history. Yeah, not a ton of chart history on this one on Track USD. It's just ultra bullish on the weekly chart and bullish on the daily chart as of right now. Binance, okay. Let's see. Yeah, if you guys could specify all the details at first, so that we don't have to go back and do it again, right? That would help out because it just saves time on looking for all this stuff. So it just helps me out because otherwise, you pick something that might not have as much chart history, right? So let's take a look at that's Qcoin. Let's look at Binance. Yeah, so a little bit more chart history. It looks like there's a wick all the way up to $1.40 over there. It's currently at 77 cents. And so that, let's see, let's get rid of that one, right? So it's at 77 cents right now and went up to $1.40. Not much value. I can't add much value on it. The daily chart is bullish. The weekly chart is ultra bullish, but there's not a lot of chart history over there. The last buy signal on the weekly chart was back here at 26 cents. And so it's bullish on the weekly chart, and that's about all I could say as of right now. That's kind of like the upward trend line. It's kind of the line drawn in the sand, right? That's the trend line drawn in the sand. And that is the bullish uptrend for now. That's all I can add for you over there, Neo. Markers Dale, awesome. Ready fair, thank you. Appreciate that. Long, cool. Track. Yep, got it. Thank you, Jesse, for your thoughts on ETH. And you got it, Angel. Binance. Okay, cool. Got it. Thanks. You got it. All right. So that we're right at an hour and 2 minutes. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for smashing the like button. Thank you for smashing the subscribe button. And help me, help you, help me. With that, I'll get back to you and I'll post whether the live stream is tomorrow at 8 a.m. or Friday at 8 a.m. I can't remember. I have to look at the calendar. But Bitcoin is pumping right now, as Gert Jan said. Gert Jan, where are you? Yep. BTC is pumping. The weekly chart is still ultra bullish. The daily chart is bullish, right? It is making its move towards longer term target 4. So we'll see if it happens or not. With that, hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you. I appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next one.